Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Dana of the Dead. Today I'm going to be discussing one of the most anticipated horror movies of the year and the recent release, Scream 6. This review will be spoiler free, so if you're ready, let's just get right into it. So before coming into this film, I didn't watch any trailers as per usual. I went in as blind as I could. I had obviously seen the 5 films preceding it, and I guess you could say the two things I did know is that it was going to be taking place in Manhattan and that Kirby, Hayden Panettiere, was going to be returning. So with this film, I didn't have high hopes because I was not a fan of Scream 5. I thought it was just okay. It's most certainly my least favorite of the franchise to this day, even after seeing Scream 6. So I've seen Scream 6 twice now. There were some things I needed to figure out the second time around because I was a little confused the first time of just the tiniest things. And there's still questions I have that I feel like I need to sort out by rewatching at least Scream 5. I think I've only seen Scream 5 once because it just was like Jenna Ortega has become pretty big in the horror community in the past 3-ish years, I would say. When it comes to Melissa Barrera, who plays Sam Carpenter, I could not stand her in Scream 5. I thought her acting was awful. I think her acting has gotten so much better in Scream 6. There was not one moment when I wanted to punch her in the face. When it comes to Hayden Panettiere, I'm not going to go into details of what her character is, but she didn't feel like Kirby. And I understand it's been a decade since Scream 4. So, she's grown up, moved on to whatever. And I just feel like they not only is her acting off-putting, she doesn't seem like herself. She just was way too different. And I really feel like they could have used her character in a much better way, almost replacing her with the career of the woman in the opening scene. So Samara Weaving's in this, and I have seen her before, but I didn't recognize her for some odd reason. And I thought her acting was very good. She was really good at portraying the emotions she was feeling at the time. I just thought she was an excellent character. Dermot Mulroney from Shameless is in this. His acting was honestly bizarre. Like, it was just like off-putting as well as Hayden Panettiere's. And I was just like, is this supposed to be like intentional? Like, is he trying to be funny? It just didn't sit well with me. There were times where I was laughing at him and I'm just like, oh, Lord, help me. I will say that Tara and Sam's characters, um, I actually really enjoyed them so much in this. So I'm really glad because I just couldn't stand Sam in the last one. So Courtney Cox is obviously in this. She gets a lot of hate in the franchise, but I think a lot of people need to realize that she kind of is an extremely important role in most of the films. Like, she does work that not everyone can do. She figures out things not everyone can figure out. I understand thinking she's annoying or whatever, but I definitely appreciate her as a character. Roger L. Jackson, obviously the voice of Ghostface, he does an excellent job in this movie. This film has possibly the most comedy out of all 6 of the Scream films, um, which is fine. It's also the longest of all of the Scream films. So the opening to the film is, I believe, only the second time that they've done it not in a house necessarily. I will say this is a big step up from Scream 5, in my opinion. I think that the utilization of New York City was it really paid off. Um, it at least made sense as to why they were there. And I will also say that For the first time, I think possibly ever, I solidly guessed a ghost face. Like I 100% knew. And whether or not other people viewing think that's a good thing or not, I'm proud of myself for finally getting one. So I was like, yay, cool, good job. So despite some of the acting issues I have, I definitely think that this movie keeps your attention. I think it should be seen in theaters, honestly. Roger L. Jackson definitely delivers. Ghostface is very aggressive. It's a very gory film. I love gore. Throughout the Scream franchise, there's been a lot of people killed off in general that you're just like, no, like favorites. There should have been a few people that died that may not have, um, to just kind of amp up the anxiety of a horror film. And it's just kind of got to be done. I do want to say the Scream franchise in itself, I think everyone knows, is one of the most consistent and also does not really have a bad film in it. Like a lot of people dog on Scream 3. I really, really like Scream 3. And obviously, Sydney's not in this film, which is a gripe a lot of people have. She didn't think she was getting paid enough. So she's not in the film, and they don't do any silly thing with her in it. Like they handled that pretty freaking well. I think the movie definitely was just very thrilling and exciting. Like it kept your attention for quite a long time. Like there's not really a dull moment, which is awesome. And now that we know the characters, like the core four, we knew them from the previous film, I guess it is a little easier to connect with them or have any sort of sympathy or empathy for them. We get to know the twins better as well. I feel like a lot of people talk up Chad a lot and how like they love him so much. I actually really think Mindy's the more adoring character. I think she's funnier and more entertaining. And I also want to mention, without spoiling anything, um, the subway scene, I loved it. It was probably my favorite scene in the film. I've also heard a lot of people complain about the third act and the reveal. Um, I would say maybe I'm 50-50 on a Scream film being about the film itself and then the reveal, whereas a lot of people solely rely on the reveal. I guess that makes sense because it is a build-up. Um, like the whole point of the film is like who done it. And I mean, besides that, you still have to have a good, entertaining slasher. It is a slasher. I think both things are important. I would even say having a good film is more important than having a good reveal. The reveal is a little like I knew a ghost face. Didn't mind it that much. It's like at this point they don't have much to work with unless they bring Stu back, which is still, a kind of up in the air thing if he's alive or not. They've played around with other things like that. So I didn't really mind the reveal. A lot of people are saying it was one of the weakest. It didn't really bother me. I mean, it could have been better, but I feel like you can really say that about anything. So all in all, I would say this was a good movie. I highly recommend seeing it in theaters, preferably a theater that has a good sound system. There's an ending credits, post credits scene that, I had heard to stay around for. So the second time I saw it, I stayed around for it, and it's so stupid. Don't waste your time. It's so dumb. Like I was like thinking we were gonna see like ooh, like some hint for the next film, but no. But it is confirmed that we are getting a Scream 7. I have no idea if Sydney's coming back or not, but I definitely enjoyed this film, especially a lot more than I thought I would. All right, if I do a spoiler review of this next, I'm gonna include my ranking of all of the Scream films. All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around for another video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you want to give my video a like, I would appreciate it. If you want to subscribe, if you're not already, you can. If not, it's all good. Um, Comment some nice stuff, comment some mean stuff. Tell me what you think they should have done differently. Tell me what you liked that they did. Give me your ranking of the Scream films if you've seen it. And hopefully, I'll be putting out the spoiler review coming up soon. And I hope you have a wonderful day, night, week, or weekend. And I will hopefully see you in the next video. Thank you. Come on. If you guys want to meet my dog, this is Banjo. Say hello, Banjo.